tonight's game. I think this definitely is a breaking point for the game, at least for the Phoenix Suns. A huge blow, one could say. Okay. All right. We are running. We're back. Uh, everything looks good. Everything's running on my side. What up, Suns fans? Suns lose their fourth game straight, dropping to a season record of 26-29 on the season. And as of right now, I do. Hold on, I do not have the standings open. But before tonight's game, they were stuck in the 11th seed, and they still look to be in the 11th seed, losing a game to the 12th seed San Antonio Spurs, which closes the 3-game gap, I believe, between these two teams. Final score: San Antonio Spurs 120 to the Phoenix Suns 109. And there is a lot to talk about this team going forward and their future. But we will get to that in just a second.
Kevin Durant delivers. Gorgeous move for Bradley Beal.
Personally, I feel like that brother needed help.
Devin Booker with a clutch three.
I can't believe it. Not even 2 weeks. We didn't even go 2 weeks without another meltdown. So this is a meltdown by the Phoenix Suns. I don't think anyone's going to be questioning that. This is a really bad game that the Phoenix Suns really lost. I don't know what it is about this team. Let's just talk about this Phoenix Suns team. Why do they have a tendency just to come out of any break to and like look way worse? It's a very concerning factor onto why this year's Suns team is really bad. You see it through the games. They call timeouts, especially when the game got really close in the fourth quarter, where they call timeout, looking to really care and put some care into the play to maybe bring the score closer, score extra buckets, maybe take the lead even, but all hopeful thinking, and then they turn it over, and then they let the lead balloon back to 6. It's This is the first game out of All-Star break. Sorry, little quick tangent that I did not post anything on Houston. This team, man, is just it's getting to a really dragging point. There's 27 games left of the season, and I am not excited about any of them. And I don't think anyone could fault me uh, uh, just about how this overwhelmingly disappointing Phoenix Suns season. Um, I think at this point the Suns are out of answers. It's a sinking ship. Let's call a spade here, people. The Phoenix Suns are a sinking ship. I've been trying to remain positive about this Phoenix Suns season, but pretty much every point that the Phoenix Suns had to tests to prove that this team is something more. Every opportunity they've had, whether it be a big game, a big move during trade deadline, or something, just to prove that this team is a lot more, that has come and passed for me, at least personally. All right. I put huge emphasis on huge games against some of the top seeds like Cleveland, which I believe was the last meltdown. Um, the Phoenix Suns got blasted. They are not contenders. They are not even pretenders at this point. They are straight a lottery team in this modern day Western Conference. It's so disappointing seeing this Suns team get to this point. A team with Bradley Beal, KD, and Devin Booker. It's I'm out of words for it. Um, there's really nowhere to go. One of the highest paid salary roles in the whole NBA. We can't go with any buyout players in the buyout markets or free agents, which some of the other teams have already been making moves because of that high payroll above the second apron that denies the Suns' ability to basically change the roster in any way. So the roster we have now is where it's going to be for the rest of this season, um, which means now if the Suns team does want to make a change, it has to be purely internal. This has to come from the inside of the organization if they want to make any change to save the season. There's not that many options. Um, I see a lot of emphasis going towards Coach Bud and his handling of this game. And honestly, some of it is really deserved. Uh, I've come to know that Coach Bud seems really lenient on trying new things. Um, he just seems to have this his set of guys that he always goes to. Um, he has a supposed um, promotion rank, as you could say, for a lack of a better term. Or if you do show your minutes, show your proof, and you do prove yourself, then he might try you. Um, that's come out to be a little less. Like we haven't seen much come from that. Mostly because some of the players on this roster have, well, they haven't reached that bar. Bol Bol's the rare exception of that, as he's been getting more minutes. Um, some night, some might even say not enough minutes in tonight's game. Um, but it's rough. All right. I definitely feel like during this game, Coach Bud could have definitely gone to more extreme options. Ryan Dunn, let's talk about this boiling point that's been happening over the last couple of games and just over this month of February, I think. I don't even remember when it started to happen. Um, actually, it did happen when Ryan Dunn got a injury, but I do not remember where that game was. But it was after that that he started to phase out of the starting lineup, and now he's not even getting minutes. Pretty concerning for a rookie, who's the pretty much the only thing promising that this Phoenix Suns team has. So I am a pretty big advocate of Ryan Dunn getting some nice big minutes. We also have some stats to share of him that Ryan Dunn is one of the better defensive players on this team. We know this. He's one of the best. I believe the stat is somewhere. I can't name it right now, unfortunately, but he is one of the better fourth quarter defenders in the league, along with KD. So he's a big part of our defense. Now, tell me why Coach Bud refuses to play the guy in tonight's game. Oh, you have the Spurs with their new pickup, De'Aaron Fox, on the Spurs, and he's quick. He's running everywhere. We need perimeter defense now. We need someone to keep up with his energy. The Spurs are an energetic team, and they're pushing every opportunity they can get to get an advantage over the Suns. They're aggressive. We need to answer back with somebody who's young, who's willing to be aggressive, and who can play some defense. Do you know a guy with that could fit that description? I do, and it's Ryan Dunn. But yet, only 15 seconds he played the game. I don't even know what to say about that. That is a really funny joke. If that it seems like a joke, right? This isn't just me, right? 15 seconds. Ryan Dunn was substituted into this game at the end of the third quarter for 15 seconds, and that is the only play time he played. That seems like an actual joke. I don't know about Bud. There's a lot of like a lot that I don't know about because I'm just a Suns fan. Like, what the freak am I supposed to know about any of this? So I bet there's a lot of nuance to it. But this just seems like a huge, a huge joke. Like in response, where all the other Suns fans who are pleading for Ryan Dunn to be played, for him to only get 15 seconds at the end of the third, that's just that's crazy. That's where I get a little conspiratorial. I'm not saying that's what he did, but it's really. Coach Bud has to be one of the funniest guys I know at that point if he is just willing to do that. Um, it's it's an unfortunate missed opportunity that I wish we could have seen. I think Ryan Dunn could have proved himself to be huge in this moment. I mean, he was chosen as a backup in the Rising All Stars game to replace Jared McCain. I think was his substitute. Um, so Ryan Dunn was able to get into that mostly because of his defense. So why are we not playing him, folks? That is a mystery I can't answer, and I guess us Suns fans will never know on Coach Bud's crazy antics as he just keeps going to this same roster. He at this point he's losing on purpose. His job is to get the Suns to win, right? I assume at least. Uh, but he proceeds to play players that end up getting blasted. Mason Plumlee played 17 minutes tonight. He was a +5, all right. He had 2 points, he had 3 rebounds, 3 assists, whatever. But around the third quarter, fourth quarter, he was just getting targeted on every play, and they kept blasting him when the Suns really started to need to get a stop. Uh, I think it would have been such a good choice to put in Ryan Dunn at that moment. And that's what they did do in the third quarter. The 15 seconds that Ryan Dunn played, he did sub in for Mason Plumlee. Um, and just nothing came of it. It's so frustrating. I don't know why they continue to do this, especially near the end during the fourth quarter. Um, when the Suns were getting really close, they needed stops. Once again, they needed someone. And the Spurs were targeting Grayson Allen constantly on every play. Uh, De'Aaron Fox was constantly pushing the ball against Grayson Allen. He was targeting him because of his weak defense. Other than that, what was Grayson Allen doing in that fourth? Literally, if you just watch this game for the entire fourth, Grayson Allen did nothing. He wasn't shooting. He was just cutting and or looking for KD most of the time. So literally, what was he doing? I don't know what Coach Bud is doing at this point. He trusts these guys, but the guys don't know what to do because this is a terrible lineup. Um, we could have desperately need Ryan Dunn in this game. Um, and I've been kind of hesitant to call out Bud on this because I feel like there's a lot of nuance to it. But when you cost us games like this, potentially cost us games, it's really reflects badly on this team. Um, and it's really started to become a talking point between Suns fans on we kind of regressed in our head coaches. Statistic wise, Coach Vogel somehow got this team to a 6th seed. Around this time last year, we had a better record and we're probably better defensively. I don't know about offensively, but we were a better team. I could definitely say that was certain than today's team. But I mean, also Vogel did drop 3 out of 4 matchups against the Spurs as well. And we also lost the game without Wemby last year. So I don't know what it is about the Spurs. They just have the cheat code against the Suns. Um, it's just another disappointing night. But I also do give a little lenient. I am a little lenient with Coach Bud here because also this Suns team is just really constructed poorly. He's trying. He does give in to the pressure. the pressure, I'd say. But he does try in new people, at least when he's forced to. And there's a lot of injuries. We started to see Bol. He's now starting to get some minutes, so he's is open to trying some stuff. Um, it's just not enough. And it's also just this team is probably really badly constructed. Monte Morris has just been banished to the Shadow Realm. I don't even know where he is. He barely gets any minutes, and he was supposed to be like a pretty good pickup for the Suns during the season, and he doesn't see the floor on a nightly basis. So he's just kind of a wasted slot. I mean, we have the new guys. Cody Martin has been sidelined with injury. Micic, he was available tonight, did not play, but I don't know how good that would have done the Suns. Um, it's just very unfortunate situation, and it's all coming to a head. I'm really curious to see what the Suns do this season, and honestly, I'm ready for it. I'm tired. If this does go up, uh, if this does go to end in a blow up, which it probably will, I'm ready for it, man. Just let's end the season. I can't believe there's still 27 games left of the season. Honestly, I don't really know where the Suns go from here. So I hate to keep this show like pretty negative, but that's just where the Suns are. We're gonna try to make the most of it. I believe I saw one Suns fans comment. I listen into the Reddit, the Suns Reddit, and I usually like to see everyone's comments there. And I did see one guy who made the comment, at least we have each other, right? We have each other's as Suns fans. We have each other. We're gonna get through this, guys. We want our team to succeed, but as bad as it seems, we have each other at least. I guess? Question mark? I don't know. Most Suns fans, I bet, watch the game alone. But I don't know. I don't know. Find a Suns fan, I guess, is the key here. At least we have each other. All right. So I'm done talking about this game. I don't feel like I really need to talk that much about this game's stats when it really doesn't matter. I mean, turnovers, when you turn over the ball 18 times and give 25 points off of them. Yeah, that's definitely a big error. But also that's always been a big error. That's just how you play basketball. Don't turn over the ball and don't give points. So I feel like it's beating a dead horse with a stick, you know? It's been a constant problem for the Phoenix Suns all season, and I feel like I do not need to reiterate it again. So that brings in uh, our closing segment where we mentioned the game. Sup, Baxter? Thanks for sticking with us in the chat. And he does bring up a good point that the Suns' next game time will be on the road. We're currently on a 5-game road trip. That was kind of split up by All-Star break. It started with the Houston game on the road trip, and then this is also a road trip. And we have 3 more games on the road. So that will be against Chicago, Toronto, and Memphis. So cool. We really need to win that Chicago and Toronto matchup. There's not that many easy matchups in the season left. I really hope we could get those. Chicago will be the start of a back-to-back against Toronto. So we'll be facing Chicago February 22nd and then Toronto the very next day, the 23rd. So those will be the next 2 Suns game times. Those will actually be on the East Coast, kind of. I mean, Toronto's not on the East Coast, kind of, but they're on the East, which is important. Meaning that we will have a guest. If you've been watching this channel for a long time, you know that I have a brother named Kyle, and he started this channel. So he will be joining us for Chicago and Toronto game, hopefully, as long as nothing comes up from that. But you will be joining us for that. So you will hear his words, any words he has for this Phoenix Suns team. Hopefully for those. So that will be fun. Anyway, that's all I have for you today. Phoenix Suns lose 4 games straight. They are in the 11th seed firmly. They fall behind even more behind Golden State. So that's all I have for you today. Enjoy the rest of your night, Suns fans, and may God be with you. You definitely know you need it for the rest of this Sun season. It's going to be a long one. All right, just grab onto whatever you can and hold on. It's going to be a bumpy ride the rest of the way. All right, so we'll see you then. Next Suns game time, February 22nd. I'll see you then. All right. Have a good night, everybody.
Kevin Durant delivers. Gorgeous move for Bradley Beal.